Do people sometimes get warned again and again and still ignore it? Not because they didn't hear, but because they chose not to respond. And then, later, when things go wrong, they wonder why. Proverbs 1:24-26. Because I called and you refused, I stretched out my hand and no one paid attention. And you neglected all my counsel and did not want my correction. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes. In this part of Proverbs, wisdom continues speaking, but now the tone changes. Before, wisdom was calling openly, inviting people to listen and turn. Now it explains what happens when that call is repeatedly ignored. The picture is not of someone who never had a chance, but of someone who was called, warned, and corrected, yet chose to refuse. The language becomes strong on purpose to show that ignoring truth is not neutral. It has consequences. The idea is not that God enjoys people's suffering, but that there comes a point where the consequences of our choices catch up with us, and the very warnings we ignored become the reality we cannot escape. This teaches us something very practical and important. When we ignore wisdom, we are not simply delaying a good choice, we are moving toward a bad outcome. Every time we reject truth, we train ourselves to ignore it more easily next time. Over time, that builds a pattern, and that pattern leads to consequences. But the benefit of this passage is clear. If we take God's warnings seriously early, we avoid much deeper pain later. Correction is not there to harm us, but to protect us. Listening when it is still a call is far better than waiting until it becomes a consequence. Luke 6:47-49. The one who comes to me and hears my words and does them, I will show you what he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when a flood arose, the stream broke against that house and could not shake it, because it had been well built. But the one who hears and does not do them is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. When the stream broke against it, immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. So the question is not whether we have been warned, but whether we are willing to respond while there is still time.